Everything full power, every punch full power.
You can't even train for that.
You can't. You got to have spots.
Right. And he didn't. He was just unloading because he's a 2-division world champion and he thinks he's going to go down as the greatest of all time. And hey, he might still.
He still could.
He might still. What is he, 28?
The odds are fucking great against that right now.
Because of that loss?
I hope he does.
I hope he does too. I hope he does, and I know that he has a skill.
But
I know that he has the skill to be a champion again. However, same thing with Tony Ferguson. I didn't break Tony Ferguson's confidence. I changed the perception of his opponents of him. And that is a huge factor when you go in there. Like, who are you fighting? What do you before this, he was a guy that you couldn't get through, that you couldn't push through, you couldn't survive with. And once I showed people that all you got to do is get through that, then nobody's ever going to go in there with thinking that he's unbeatable now. You know, and that was his identity. And, that's going to be such a tough task for him to fight people that aren't scared of him.
People saying that he reminds us of you and all that stuff.
No way, does he? He has the same tattoos. He says the same stuff. He does the same fucking movements. He was going to scream on the thing. He has a case of great, good lad. He's all right. I like him. Maybe.
There are big differences between me and him. As he said, he's going to try to do things, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to deliver. I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm going to do it.
Gaethje, you think he's a little bit more confident than you, Justin? It feels like that's what I'm hearing right now, Justin.
He's narcissist and believes everything he says, and he sits around and smells his own farts, and he thinks he's God. He's human, just like me. I'm going to show him when I touch his chin, he's going to go to sleep just like anybody would.
I wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
He better not, dude. His team. That's up to his coaches, to be honest with you.
It's amazing. Hubris is an amazing thing. Like people love that kind of confidence. They love that belief in themselves. And when someone pulls it off, people were talking for days about the Oliveira fight. He celebrated the night before. Isn't that crazy?
And it worked that time, and it played out great for him.
But the lack of experience being the nail. So much experience being the hammer.
I knew that was going to happen to him.
Really?
I knew by his I just seen the train and that. You need to get it put on you in the gym. You need to get it put on you in the gym. If you're not getting it put on you in the gym, I've been there myself. People, you have to kind of say, listen, you better. Here's $1,000. There's $1,000 cash outside the octagon. If you can drop me, if you drop me, you get that $1,000 cash. You know what I mean? It's the type of stuff you need to be doing. You need the guys coming at you.
My ass
I
off.
love these situations. That's what I love. I love these situations. I love you knowing that you're going to knock me out, because when it goes to the second round, it goes to the third round, you're going to be like, oh, I talked all this shit.
There's never going to be a second or third round. That's not going to happen.
When I did make the comment about his wife, it was in an interview like this where we were just fucking around, and I said it in jest. Yeah, it was 100% true. I was like, he's so fucking annoying. I couldn't imagine being in the same room with him, with his pompous attitude, and you just trying to like hang out with the guy, but he's like constantly stealing all of the thunder, and it's irrational. And it's like, I would leave him too. Like, that's why I broke up with my girlfriends, is because they were somewhat like that.
Have you ever been in the UFC fighting and you had a girlfriend at the same time?
Yes.
Were those your worst performances or your better performances?
I would say worse.
That's what it is.
I would say worse.
Worse. Why? Mental or physical?
Oh, no, not physical. Mental for sure. These girls are crazy, bro. They're crazy.
To distract you.
There's all distractions, a lot of emotions, never quiet. I mean, and so I didn't mean it in a mean way. Like, I would never dig at somebody, and I would never make fun of someone's personal experience, but that was like, that was just my honest take.
You are the honest guy.
And
ever.
I was joking, but it was true.
You just walking forward with the hands down on the opening bell, you're going to get walloped. He's a bit flat-footed. He has his areas. He's not fully complete. He's not a full complete fighter, but he's good. And he can make inroads. His face will have to heal for sure. His face, I'd say, is smashed up.
I said so many true things to him. I told him that he's going to go to the second round, go to the third round. You're going to be fucked because you're not going to be able to pull yourself out of this. With the way that you're thinking, there's no possible way you can have these expectations, face adversity, and then come out in a positive way. There's no way it could happen. You could dig deep, and you could be even more of a narcissist, and it might work, but you're going to walk yourself into a situation that is going to fucking be detrimental to you. And this is detrimental to to his psyche, and this is 90% mental.
Well,
and so again, I want to see him. I
we'll
hope good
see
things
how
for him.
he adjusts to the loss, but you know,
We'll see how honest he will be with himself.
I'm sure, I know, like I could finish Justin in striking, in the ground. Like even my stamina is better than his. Like everything is better than his. So if you compare those skills to my skills to his skills, like I'm way better than him.
And
the
also,
expectations, he never
yes.
thought he would have to be here.
If he takes the right lessons, that's going to be a super inspirational thing to overcome. It's going to be hard, but I sure hope we get to witness that.
This is a fight business. Everything can happen,
Yep.
right? And this is what makes our sport so beautiful, because everything can happen in 1 second. But a miracle has to happen.
I wonder if he's going to stay at 155. Like you're considerably bigger than him. When you guys were standing next to each other, I'm
Yeah,
like,
you can see
there's
it.
a big difference.
I've
in
also
frame.
really focused on getting bigger last 3 or 4 fights.
What would you say to him? Because you've been there before where it felt like everyone
Well,
piled
I've not
on.
been there. We only bled my blood once inside the octagon. I've only bled my own blood once. So I've not been in that situation. He's got banged up bad over the course, which caused him to quit. It's going to be a dark place that he's in right now. He's going to have to dig deep. Can he do it? I think he could. I think he could do it. You know, there'll be motivation to do it. And I wish him well.
I always had a feeling that you were going to do some wild shit. And after the Tony Ferguson
You
fight,
couldn't have said I was going to do this.
No one could have freaking said this, dude.
There was a lot of conversations that I had with people that were counting you out. That was like, I think he can win this fight 100%. I mean, I said it on the podcast. I even said it to Ilia. Like Ilia was saying it was going to be easy.
I've seen that podcast, and he was so wrong so many times.
Yeah.
You know, not just the whole he has zero chance against Patty.
You think Patty's going to beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
He said something about how I probably sleep during the day more than I do at night because I party too much.
And I don't think that he's the type of guy that takes care of his body all the time, and he's like very strict with his health. I think he slept more at day than at night.
Oh, you think so? Did he party?
I think so.
I don't
they
know.
put the camera on him on the last pay-per-view, and he looked like he was so high.
For him to think that that's true is fucking insane. Wow, I was like, wow, what a fucking idiot. You know, like to think that I got here by just being a guy that drinks and, you know, has fun all the time. Like, that's fucking crazy. My life is so boring. I don't go to bars. I mean, I don't do any of that. I sleep 8 to 10 hours every single night. This whole week, I was sleeping 12 hours every single night of the fight week.
You know, it's just one of those things. If he wanted to watch you have a YouTube channel. He could watch.
Well, I mean,
He
and
was-
also
he was-
something to be said about how I knew he was watching. If you go back to my other, like, we'll always show sparring. We'll always show me hitting mitts. I didn't show myself hitting mitts one time this camp. I didn't show myself sparring.
But once we get the confirmation that we were fighting with Justin, the first thing, and we go in like Justin's team. We have to advise Justin how he has to fight against Ilia, and we start watching my fights from the perspective of we are Justin's team. You know what I mean? And we do the strategy of Justin, and in base of Justin's strategy, we make our strategy.
Purposely. Because we were switching up the game plan big time.
He
Like
knew,
the tight
so
punches,
he
high
had
hands.
he had expectations, but none of them were based in reality. And I controlled that.
That's awesome. Like what Ilia did when he was trying to finish you. That he used so much fucking energy.
Like, I'm doing 20, 30, 40-second sprints at most. I mean, that was a 2-minute sprint for him.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it right now. The most decorated UFC lightweight. The most decorated. The most decorated. I'm not saying
What are you expecting from Justin, and how can you possibly prepare for someone where a lot of their opponents just don't look the same after fighting Justin?
Listen, one thing I know for a fact is that he never fought with someone like me. And the only thing that I want from Justin is to him to show up in the event, and I'm going to do the rest. You know what I mean?
The question for Justin.
I'm not ever going to, like, I'm not taking this truck from fucking Armin. There's absolutely no way I would take a truck. He never shook my hand.
Oh, this is Arman Tsarukyan. We should explain that. So Arman Tsarukyan, he he bet $1 million on Justin.
His friend.
And won. He won like 5-3, I believe.
5-7.
5-7?
Is what I heard.
Yeah. So
5-7.
Say he's gonna buy me a truck.
Are you going to get Justin a truck?
Yeah, of course. I just feed what color he wants.
What kind of truck?
Rum.
Oh, yeah.
Dana White said rum.
Yeah, he did.
I got to get the rum.
I mean, I would
What
never.
kind of truck?
Wow, now I just saw yours.
Get a Raptor.
I have a Shelby. I have a Shelby Raptor.
Those are pretty
Baja,
dope. Those
but
are dope.
I think now that I've seen your truck, that will be my next truck.
Also, it has USA on the side.
Yeah.
You see the wrap?
I love
So
the
that's
USA
that.
wrap.
You didn't do that rap? Dude,
Hennessy
that is
does that
sweet,
rap.
dude.
Hennessy's the
No,
shit.
I want that truck.
Oh, you need that truck.
Yeah.
Tell Armin to buy you that fucking truck.
No, I'm not taking the truck for him.
What the fuck? If I was Armin, I would force it down your throat. I would deliver it to your house and give you a hug.
And like the rum is a UFC official sponsor. Maybe they're going to give me discount, maybe 15-10%.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. But you can afford it. I think you're okay.
Yeah, if they're not going to give me discount, it's okay. It's not that expensive.
That's right.
I already checked.
You won him
I didn't have to ride
$5,700,000.
around in a fucking truck that a dude bought for me every day. I don't know. I just can't go there.
Truck. You won that truck.
We didn't shake on it.
I
He
don't
does
give a
not
fuck.
owe it to me.
I don't give a fuck. Take that goddamn
I'm right
truck.
there with you, Joe.
Yeah, take the truck,
No.
dude. It's first of all, it's cool.
Yeah.
And he might also be your next opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible.
That's possible.
That's the guy.
He is,
I mean, he's the guy.
Definitely the guy that's up.
That's the
for-
guy. I mean, if there's anybody else in the division, that is the guy. I mean, now that Islam is up at 170, who else is there? That's the guy.
I agree.
Listen, if he's gonna do what he's been saying that he's gonna move forward and do all those kind of things, I'm gonna put him to sleep in the first 2 minutes. Why? Because this is all I need. I need my opponents to stop in the middle with me to start to exchange punches, and I'm the best in there. I'm the best in the pocket. If he starts running, may it goes to the second round, to the third round, but at the end of the day, I'm going to end up catching him.
Think about where you were when you lost to Max and then where you are now.
The truth of the matter is psychologically, I was not there. I was not prepared mentally for the fight when I fought Max Holloway. It was such a different circumstance. It was, a guy that wasn't in my weight class. It was a guy that I'd never thought about fighting. It was for fun, and the whole experience was so different than any other fight I've ever had when it comes to like being mentally prepared for a fight.
So we told him to take the fight. He didn't want to take the fight. And then we told him that you're going to keep the title contention fight because that's what they promised us. That's why he was very
Well, every one of you was like, oh, something was different. And it was like, well, why didn't you guys fucking say something before the fight?
You told me
you
afterwards.
Tell me after the fight.
Dude,
like I knew something was different, but like I needed to know.
He tells me
you guys
afterwards.
To tell me.
He's like this. He's like, I just didn't respect him, and I'm like, how could you not respect Max? And I didn't catch on to it. So it's like I'm always looking for flags and things like that. And 100%, I take 100% responsibility because that's how we learn. Everybody makes mistakes. I remember the Tony Ferguson fight. I didn't give any fucking water. Like there's like things that we all learn from. But the thing when he had told me that, I'm like, how did I not catch that?
I think Gaethje is, when he's on, he's good. He's okay. But when he's off, he's atrocious. And, I fancy him handily. I fancy teeing off on Gaethje.
I remember thinking, what am I looking for? Like, what am I afraid of? I kept trying to convince myself that I needed to find what I was to be worried about, and I couldn't find it.
So you always need that before a fight.
And so, like, I've never been as present and like, I've never been able to retain a fight. And I, before the knockout, I was there. Like I was in the arena. I saw the lights. I saw the people. I heard the people. Like I've never been there in my life. And I think that I can attribute that to me not being scared, and so me not being in a real fight or flight.
Real life or death situation.
Yeah,
so
situation.
You weren't fully focused. You could actually hear the crowd.
Yeah, I could hear my thoughts. I had thoughts. I've never had thoughts in a fight because I'm so intuitive and reactionary. And that one was just so different. There was so much. And so, sure, the kicks, the eye pokes. No, I think I couldn't have beat him that night with the mentality that I had. And that was my last lesson to learn. winning 2 or 3 times in a row and just kind of becoming complacent with how serious what we do is and how dangerous this game is and how much luck and chance are a factor every single night. And so, I wasn't doing the extra credit. I wasn't sitting in the sauna at home, and I don't know why. It's just, and then I made that mistake probably into the Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier fights, lost, and then I won 3 or 4 in a row, and then I completely went back to the same mindset of I'm the best in the world. Nobody can beat me, and I paid for it. And those 2 mistakes were huge, very, very big learning lessons. And then the Charles Oliveira fight, I was like, I wanted it so bad, and then I made the moment so much bigger than it actually was because it's just 25 minutes in time, and it's all I can control is being perfect, my preparation for it, but then ultimately being there for 25 minutes and being perfect. And yeah, those are the mistakes.
But in most of the fights where he gets tired, he starts to go from this point where he's here to here.
Yeah.
Once he gets here, then it's like a jabbing war. Then it's like, all right, once I seen him go to the rear leg, then it was just like, get on Justin. But that heat, that humidity, Justin's a gangster. And overcoming the body shot, like I think think Ilia made a big mistake there.
When he went to the ground.
I think that was a big mistake on Ilia's part, going to the ground.
I just want it to be known how disrespectful he would have been if he beat me. If he put me to sleep, can you imagine how shitty he would have been? And it was his persona and the world would have been fucking shitty.
Like they're doing to him right now.
I was fighting for so much.
Crazy.
I was fighting for so much that night.
Yeah.
I'm never going to let people, for one, I know how special what I've done is, and it would have taken all of it away with the loss. And I wasn't going to let that happen.
Ilia's approach was confusing. And I don't know if it was a lack of respect, an overbelief in his power, but he had this weird kind of stance that he's never really had before, where his hands were really high, right hand tucked really, really close. And every time Gaethje would throw, he would like hinge backwards at his waist, almost like his head was out past his heels. And he's never done that before.
I fought 2 times in 6 months in the UFC. I've fought 2 times this year already in less than 6 months. And so I'm going to take the rest of the year. I need my body to heal. I have, what's the fucking diagnosis? I have a severe bone edema in the tip of my fibula that happened on Christmas. And I have been dealing with that since Christmas Day.
So a bone bleed, like a bruised bone?
Bruise, yeah. It's in the bone marrow of the tip of my fibula.
Oh.
Tip of my tibia clacked against my femur. And it caused a deep bruise, and I cannot get it to heal because I went, I was going through training camp. It really hurt after the Patty fight. People saying I'm juiced, what a compliment. People saying I got bricks in my fucking gloves, what a compliment.
People are silly. You can't read the internet. There's always going to be someone saying something.
I know, but again, I got here because I was petty. I read comments. I read comments.
They fuel you?
They do.
They do. I've talked to him. I've told him not to do it because I'm like, bro, this fucks with so many people. Just we had the conversation outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll cause your mind to go crazy. And he's like, I love it so much. Yeah, I think Justin is one of those guys that I think no one deserves it more than him for this platform. And then how many times he's fought for the title and just put it up on a pedestal just to go out there and fight. I love how you say it. Expect a war, always. Some of the biggest mistakes that I've made with fighters that I had is allowing them to think that they're going to go through this fight easy. And then that fight becomes super hard. You think it's going to be a war, then you're like, hey, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, even if it was a little bit of a war.
They're not going to help them in that moment.
Yeah.
There's no pulling them out.
That's fighting. Fighting is mentality. I look at this like there's techniques out there and there's things like that. What makes this sport inspirational and makes someone that want to go out there and beat cancer because they were inspired by a fighter, it's not the technical piece. It's getting back up. And it's okay to get knocked down. I love watching people get knocked down because my favorite part is seeing how they get up. And that to me is why I love fighting, is how people get up.